Trump's flaws threaten global security. The story. Analysts and experts have raised alarms over President Trump's 2025 national security strategy, describing it as riddled with reasoning flaws, inconsistencies, and self-contradictions that could endanger global stability. Released in early December 2025, documents outline a shift towards America First policies emphasizing economic nationalism, a narrowed focus on core vital national interests, and critiques of globalism and past U.S. overreach. Critics argue it contains bombast, lies, historical inaccuracies, and logical vagueness, such as downplaying Russia's role in Ukraine while blaming Europeans for sabotaging peace or warning of Europe's civilizational erasure due to immigration without addressing similar U.S. demographic shifts. This comes from Brookings.edu. It proposes readjusting U.S. military presence to focus on hemispheric threats like cartels, potentially draining resources from key global adversaries like China and Russia, while declaring a Trump culinary or to the Monroe Doctrine. Such acknowledgement is to address real issues like overextending alliances and trade imbalances, but overall, it seems as strategically unwise and a departure from traditional U.S. foreign military consensus, potentially inviting exploitation by rivals. This comes from the New York Times. While some coverage appears in outlets often perceived as left-leaning in concerns span think tanks and expert across the spectrum, a lot of words that mean nothing, highlighting risks of weakened alliances, economic disruptions, and highlighted global tensions. Now, why is this important to preppers? Because the national security system perceived flaws could exacerbate political instability, such as by weakening U.S. alliances in Europe and the Indo-Pacific, inviting aggressive actions from powers like Russia or China, or triggering trade wars through aggressive tariffs and economic nationalism. That comes from the Brookings Institute, which might lead to supply chain breakdowns, energy shortages, inflation, or even conflicts that spill over into cyber attacks, refugee crises, or domestic unrest. Preppers value self-reliance, and this underscores the unreliability of government strategies in safeguarding national and personal security, prompting the need to prepare for scenarios where federal responses are independent or inadequate or counterproductive. What can we do about this locally? Monitor international news and local economic impacts through diverse sources to avoid bias. Stockpile essentials like food, water, and fuel for potential supply disruptions from trade policies. Invest in alternative energy like solar or generators to hedge against energy market volatility. Enhance personal and home security with training in self-defense and surveillance. Form or join community preparedness groups for bartering and mutual support during instability. Diversify finances with physical assets like gold or local currencies, and practice skills in off-grid living such as gardening or water purification to mitigate border risks. Now, with all that said, has anybody ever noticed that when somebody screams, "You're doing it wrong," it's normally not being done their way?
That was easy.